All right. Got the Moto G 2024 5G. This is just like still a budget phone. I think it's just a step above the Moto G Play. I think it's like 199 or 200 versus like 169. It's 2025 now, so both are discounted. I actually plan on making a video like this for the 2023 model, but I dropped it too many times and got an exchange, so now I got the 2024, which is slightly more powerful, and I have noticed it almost to a point where I personally, as someone that daily drove the Moto G 2023, I don't really mind the fact that it still has 4 gigs of RAM, especially since I did get the phone without having to actually pay for the phone. I think we just paid some taxes for it or whatever, which was pretty nice. Right, here we have Citra running at 2x resolution. Citra is, I'll be honest, is surprisingly heavy. I don't know what it is about it. Like on my computer, like sometimes running Citra at like 8x or like for 4K resolution can be more demanding than running some Wii U games at a very high resolution. So this is certainly a test, and this is definitely the type of game, even with the gamepad I currently have. Like I was using the touchscreen for this demo or whatever, for this showcase. But yeah, I got a gamepad that is actually meant for Androids, but like some of the triggers are broken, so I can't play all games. But pretty sure with the new 3DS mode, or even without it, Smash, Mario Kart, Mario 3D Land, and Super Mario Bros. 2. I think those are all actually fully playable, even with like buttons missing on my controller. You know, if you have like a kind of a messed up gamepad, you can use it as a dedicated 3DS or PSP controller, because both consoles don't have that many buttons. But here we are onto Fortnite. But yeah, Citra 3DS, that performed great. Fortnite just had to go to this private, just like 1v0 mode, just to show you, like, you know, probably like I don't think it'd even be worth going into a match. Like if someone insists, I can record some footage of that, but barely hitting 30 in a solo, so I wouldn't really recommend this device for Fortnite. And here we are on to Aether SX2. I wish they did the game developers better for this emulator, because it had a lot more potential. I don't know. I'm going to my settings right now. Starting at 1x, I don't know. I think my phone may have been a little hot. Like maybe overheating. I don't really know, because I think I have got better performance even at like 1.5x like yesterday or whatever. But, you know, hitting at least 30, I mean, here it went right to 60. Like, definitely variable. I mean, I don't know. I think the first few times I played this on like a old PC emulating wise or whatever, it was running about like this, but I don't even think I had the option to go any higher than 1x native resolution. So this phone graphically for, you know, like $100 or less, can't lie. I mean, yeah, if you spend like a little more, if you go to the used market, of course you get something that performs better. But, you know, combine this with the fact that it'd be like a fairly brand new battery and all those other things, I think it's getting the next Android update. But, you know, this phone, I think I'm about to turn it up to kind of show that I think we're actually CPU bound for most PS2 emulation, or at least the heavier titles. I remember playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 yesterday. It worked fine, so that means, you know, Tekken, I think even like Dragon Ball Infinite World, some of those lighter games, 2D fighting games for PS2 era should run fine, honestly. God of War 2, maybe I'll test in a separate video, but I feel like Ratchet and Clank is just as demanding, if not more. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do, like test the most demanding games for every emulator that I had, and just show like what this thing can do. Because for, you know, I think like less than $40 because it was just a tax and fee type of deal. I really can't complain, not at all. All right. Oh yeah. So I was showing the GameCube games because pretty sure I'm wearing a Tatsunoko, which can be pretty graphically demanding. If you're running at more than native resolution, or even just native, especially on the super special moves, that game is actually, to me, fully playable. It was getting between like 55, 57, and 60. Like, it was barely hitting below 55 at, I think, even 1.5 times. I can maybe put that in a separate video, but that's a pretty demanding game that ran well. And I think Smash Brawl at like 1.5x was hitting, I think, at least 50. I think at native it just runs at 60. But you know, those are some of the more popular games to emulate. They're also fairly demanding. Smash is like, you know, a 2D fighting game, but it has like so many active environments and like so many details that make it kind of a pain to emulate. Mario Kart, I think, part of the testament of it, and what a lot of like mobile games kind of don't have, obviously, which is why I prefer to emulate than play phone games, you know, at this point. The Mario Kart Wii, it's like, yeah, the 11 NPCs, I believe he gave them like a computer. Definitely need some CPU horsepower. This also might be another instance of my phone overheating or whatever, because I'm pretty sure I was also, yeah, I think it was just Luigi surgery. Depending on the track, that's going to affect performance, but 40-ish for Mario Kart. Genuinely don't mind at all, because I mostly played like split screen, like 3-4 player, and that on the GameCube and Wii at least, I think even on the Wii U, it would drop the frame rate to 30. So, like Mario Kart, I usually play in 30, so it being at 40 is like, it's fine for me. Dropping the resolution down. I don't know. Maybe if I switch to OpenGL, if I try something else, I can get a bit more performance out of this. Maybe my phone being just slightly cooler. All those factors. My phone's been on for a while. Like, it's at 20%, so I know a lot of factors go into performance, but you know, hits 50s, you know, it was smooth. It was fun playing, even with touch controls. You know, I try to make my little run there, but you know, I'm gonna just move on to some more demanding games. So, I'll be completely honest, I've never played Genshin Impact until this very moment you guys are seeing. I couldn't record audio while screen recording, so I am looking at this in post. I was just kind of messing around, like, I guess I kind of get the hype with the game now. I mean, I didn't know phone games had, you know, effort put into them still. I'm kind of joking. Like, I actually, some of the more recent phone games, like NBA 2K20, I really like. So I'm not just shitting on all phone games, but I think people understand what I mean with like the freemium pay to win, just basically just the gambling games, or games that just fuel addiction that aren't even like fun. But this game, I could tell, like the graphics and how it's running on this device, like I had no complaints about how it ran. I don't know if there's any graphical settings or whatever, but it was really smooth. Like, if I could turn up the graphic settings and maybe it stutters, I would, because I mean, just right there, like the lighting effects, like this game is gorgeous. I have never played it at all, but it was cool to see, and you know, I don't even think it matters, but for all these games without recording, yeah, you do get more performance. I don't think this is like an NVIDIA graphics card where it's just easy like that, but here's the game. I know this cutscene,
scattered across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world.
like it was
Among
good.
the 7 gods, this god controls the wind.
Pretty sure you still have to render it, so I was just letting it play through.
God, but
Frame rate seemed good, because yeah, some games, the cutscenes actually is where the performance would fall apart for some reason, you know. But that was smooth, and I completely ignored the mission. I was just like, let me just go to that dense forest there and see what happens with the pop-in and the trees, and if it starts lagging or whatever.
That's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods
But
actually
yeah, so
answer
far,
you is
I
a
mean,
different story.
I think this game has
unless you
gamepad
try.
support. Like, I'm not
So
gonna lie,
let's
like,
hop to it.
I'm kind of into it at this point. Like, I like how it looks. I like the effort they put into the touchpad or the on-screen phone controls. Like, it actually felt like, you know, jumping, you know, sprinting. It all was smooth. Camera controls. But yeah, I ran in here and basically just said performance is solid. I really do like this phone, especially for the price. I hope it keeps getting cheaper. They keep giving it out for free and whatever. But I probably got to make a part 2 of the video, include COD Mobile, maybe 2K. But I mean, I'll see you guys.